OU swears in an official president, a controversial campus walkout, and the FDA makes a decision about booster shots. OU Nightly starts now. Hello, thanks for watching OU Nightly. I'm Jessie Klinger.
And I'm Olivia Dague. Tonight we begin with a historic day for the university, the inauguration of the university's 15th president, Joseph Harris. OU Nightly's Kolby Terrell was at the event today and joins us live from the Boyd House. Kolby.
Thanks, guys. Today kicked off with OU's 15th president being inaugurated, Joseph Harris Jr. I'm here outside the Boyd House, the official OU house of the president, where they've been giving tours all day as part of the celebration. These celebrations allowed OU Nightly to get a chance to catch up with those who attended the inauguration. After serving as interim, President Harris is now officially at the helm.
And so when we meet at times like these, when we gather for times like these, it is in no way about the individual.
Students, staff, and dignitaries were on hand to witness OU history.
Our state, our nation depends on the University of Oklahoma for advances in research.
Governor Kevin Stitt addressed the crowd and was the only member of the opening processional to go maskless. Many in attendance shared their thoughts on what they would like to see from OU's newest president.
Next steps, listen to the people. Listen to students, listen to faculty.
The university's new provost, Audrey Wright, spoke on his relationship with President Harris.
So we'll be working together as a team, and the strategic plan is all of our major decisions will be based around advancing the strategic plan and advancing the university.
Shortly after the ceremony's end, President Harris released a university-wide email detailing his strategic plan, which includes examples of recent successes for the university and outlines its future plans under the new president. Tours here at the Boyd House are coming to a close, and President Harris will be back to work on Monday. Reporting live, I'm Kolby Terrell, OU Nightly.
One of the first things President Harris has to face in his official role is the potential walkout of students, staff, and employees next week. The idea is being organized by an anonymous group that hopes public pressure on the university administration will result in requiring masking on campus. OU Nightly's Audrey Goodson is live with the story. Audrey?
Jessie, Olivia, I'm here on the South Oval where I've heard mixed opinions about a planned possible COVID walkout next week. The anonymous group is calling it OU Days of Action. They're encouraging faculty to cancel their classes and for students not to attend. However, the leading organization says this is what the OU campus needs. I'm sorry for the technical difficulties.
And as this group plans on protesting the lack of COVID restrictions, here are the latest numbers. About 2,000 new cases were reported in the state, adding to about 17,000 active cases. The death toll is 9,748, and so far 1.8 million Oklahomans are vaccinated.
A huge day on campus tomorrow as OU kicks off against Nebraska.
The big question, what can we expect weather-wise? Megan Gold is here with a first look at the forecast. Megan?
Guys, we are 5 days away from the official first day of fall, but it is not feeling like fall at all. Here's a look at our current temperatures outside right now. Most of us in the 90s. Norman, we're in the upper 80s, and Woodward and Guyman seeing some cooler temperatures, all due to a marginal risk for severe weather this evening. Now, this will not impact us here in Norman or the Oklahoma City metro, but let's show it to you on radar. Some of these showers and thunderstorms forming later this evening. They'll fizzle out, but you'll want to stick around for my full forecast. I'll have all the information on this upcoming week along with tomorrow's game.
Thanks, Megan. And should you get the Pfizer booster shot? Hear what the FDA says when we return.
And crowds are gathering at the Texas border. Stay tuned.
I am more than just a student. I am a leader of future creative professionals. Advertising is a way a brand communicates to its audience. Businesses reach out to us constantly to make that possible. We are the source to facilitate communication. To be a resource, you have to think beyond yourself. I'm always asking, how can I help an entity achieve its fullest potential?
I am more than just a student. I am a molder of young minds. As an undergrad, Gaylord trained me as a writer. Now, as a master's student, I'm learning to impact others. Writers never stop writing. We are always learning and observing. I'm constantly taking in the world around me to build a better narrative. As a teacher, I hope to help my students do the same.
I am more than just a student. I rise to the possibilities of the future. It started with a media entrepreneurship class, which sparked an idea. That led to my own business. By itself, technology is just a tool, but add ambition, creativity, and motivation, that's a platform to start an enterprise. Now, I see the world through a different lens. I take tradition and I build upon it. The possibilities, they're endless. Where do I go from here? At the moment, up.
This is you at OU. What will you learn? How will you excel? What path will you lead? Who will you impact? What will you do at OU?
The FDA and CDC have released new information regarding COVID vaccines. Bailey Coyle has that story and the rest of today's headlines from around the world.
U.S. Food, Drug, and Administration vaccine advisors have rejected a plan to offer the Pfizer booster shots to most Americans. This decision comes after hours of discussion and a vote of 16-2. During the discussion, board members argued that Pfizer had provided little data on safety of booster shots. Later in the meeting, the advising board voted to recommend that booster doses be available for those 65 and older and high-risk individuals. The final decision comes down to the CDC, who will meet later this month to decide if boosters will be officially implemented. And after studying the 3 authorized COVID-19 vaccines, Moderna has proven to be the most effective with 93% protection against hospitalizations. The Pfizer vaccine provides 88% protection, and the Johnson & Johnson dose is 71%. The study was led by the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and involved more than 3,600 adults hospitalized for COVID-19 between March and August. And as of Friday, an estimated 12,000 Haitian migrants have assembled under and around a bridge near the Texas border. The Haitians have been using the Rio Grande to go back and forth between the U.S. and Mexico. Some migrants have built cave-like shelters along the river. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security had no immediate response when asked to comment. And Olivia, on the West Coast, officials in California have wrapped the world's largest tree in foil to protect it against forest fire flames.
Thanks, Bailey. And Jessie, I hear there are some very fun events happening in the state.
Find out where you can catch a thrill and some fried food when OU Nightly returns. And we got a big game.
I am more than just a student. I am a molder of young minds. As an undergrad, Gaylord trained me as a writer. Now, as a master's student, I'm learning to impact others. Writers never stop writing. We are always learning and observing. I'm constantly taking in the world around me to build a better narrative. As a teacher, I hope to help my students do the same.
being a freshman in college, I really don't know what to expect. There are so many paths ahead of me, but where am I supposed to go from here? Walking through the halls of Gaylord, I get a sense that big things are happening, a feeling of opportunity. I've been told that this is a place where I can be more than just a student. What does that really mean? I'm excited to find out.
I am more than just a student. I am a voice to be heard. Words are a powerful tool. With them, we make people laugh, think, and see the world from a different perspective. But words are ineffective without amplification. We ask the question, why should someone listen to us? With any topic, you need to find an effective way to present it. Something creative, something entertaining. Pair that with technology, and our words can impact the world.
This is you at OU. What will you learn? How will you excel? What path will you lead? Who will you impact? What will you do at OU?
Welcome back to OU Nightly. Lots to talk about, but first we are 5 days away from the official start of fall. I know I am very excited about these numbers as they'll continue to get smaller, and we have a cold front to start fall, which is perfect because I know so many of us have been talking about these extremely warm temperatures not feeling anything like fall. So here it is. Let's track it out. It'll come through overnight Monday into Tuesday, and behind this front, it'll be out of here by the time we get to Tuesday morning, but temperatures behind the front could be as much as 15 degrees cooler. We'll see temperatures in the 70s and in the 80s for this next week. And along with those cooler temperatures, we're also going to be seeing much cooler dew points. So this means less moisture in the air. It'll be feeling much more comfortable outside. So through the weekend, we'll see lots of this green color. That means dew points in the 60s, near 65, which is pretty uncomfortable. But as this front nears to us here in Norman, we'll see those dew points dropping into the 40s and even into the 30s for Tuesday and into the rest of the week. And this will impact a large portion of the South, making it feel extremely comfortable outside. Dallas, a dew point of 29 degrees. That's what we love to see for fall, and definitely feeling much more like fall. So how will this impact our temperatures? You can see as we go through Tuesday, lows will be in the 60s, highs only topping out in the upper 70s on Tuesday. And then overnight Wednesday morning, look at this, lows in the 50s. So as you head out the door, you will want to make sure you take that jacket with you, and that'll be the case pretty much through the rest of the week. Highs only in the upper 70s. Overnight tonight, those lows in the upper 60s. Guyman 66 degrees. This is still above average for this time of year. And that long-awaited game day forecast, OU tipping off with Nebraska at 11 a.m. As you head out to tailgate, it'll be in the 80s. Plenty of sunshine, and you will want to stay hydrated because that sunshine is what's going to make it feel much warmer than those temperatures, only in the low 90s, but still much warmer than average for this time of year. All of Oklahoma in the low 90s, but that will not be the case for our 7-day forecast. Look at this, 16 degrees cooler on Tuesday. We'll reach the 70s for the first official day of fall, and then those 80s for the rest of the week. Ladies, I don't know about you, but I am incredibly excited about this for walking to class. Much more comfortable than we've been seeing here over the last couple of days.
Megan, I'm glad we're going to have some cooler weather because the Oklahoma State Fair is back in business.
Yes, the historic Oklahoma event officially opened its doors yesterday after taking a 2-year hiatus due to COVID. Senior Vice President of Marketing Scott Munn says he is excited to see people back at the fair.
I'm very glad that we were able to do it. We opened yesterday. It was very gratifying to see the smiles on the people's faces. It was very gratifying just to see people coming out and doing some activities, getting back to some sense of normalcy.
And the fair will be going on now until September 26th. I know what I'm going to do this weekend, like on Sunday after the big game. Yeah. I need to go to the fair.
I really want to go to the fair, get some cute pictures on the Ferris wheel, and win some games and add to my stuffed animal collection. What is your favorite fair food?
Okay, I have to say corn dogs.
Corn dogs?
That's my favorite. It's just a classic, but I also love that fair, like fresh lemonade. So good.
Now, I'm from Minnesota, so I haven't been to the Oklahoma State Fair yet. Do they have fried cheese? Because that is my favorite part of the Minnesota State Fair, so I'm hoping to find that here in Oklahoma.
I don't know. I'm a Texas gal myself, so we're going to have to just go together and see,
yes,
Jessie.
Well, we can always rely on the funnel cake, too, because that's another one of my favorites.
Yes, and tomorrow a rivalry continues as we celebrate the 50th anniversary of the game of the century with some special coverage from Big Friday Sports.
Amaya Ward tells us what to expect when the Sooners and the Cornhuskers take the field. Amaya?
I won't be the only one talking about the big rivalry game. Our Game Day U team weighs in too. And why not? The game was so good, who wouldn't talk about it? Sports is next.
I am more than just a student. I set the rhythm for my own success. At a young age, I knew what I wanted to do. Coming to college provided me opportunities to grow a business. Here, I can combine creativity, advertising, networking, all to reach my audience through sound. I am passionate about creating the soundtrack for the next generation.
This is you at OU. What will you learn? How will you excel? What path will you lead? Who will you impact? What will you do at OU?
I am more than just a student. I am a voice to be heard. Words are a powerful tool. With them, we make people laugh, think, and see the world from a different perspective. But words are ineffective without amplification. We ask the question, why should someone listen to us? With any topic, you need to find an effective way to present it. Something creative, something entertaining. Pair that with technology, and our words can impact the world.
I am more than just a student. I am a reporter of truth and a combatter of ignorance. The Founding Fathers set the precedents for us to follow. As a journalist, I have two jobs: keeping an eye on the systems we have in place and making sure that voices in the community are heard. As an editor, I want to inspire my staff to create great stories and to do the best journalism possible.
Hello and happy Friday. Well, you know what that means. It's time for Big Friday Sports. I'm Addie Crawford.
And I'm Amaya Ward. It is time for Big Friday Sports, but it's also Game Day Eve, and we have a big one tomorrow.
That's right, Amaya. Nebraska will be taking on the ranked Sooners at the Palace on the Prairie. Let's hear from our Game Day U team and what fans can expect from this classic matchup.
Hey guys, we're the Game Day U team. I'm Will Blessing, joined by Shannon Earhart and Kaylee Tinglestad. OU, Nebraska, kicking off tomorrow, 11 a.m. Shannon, what can we expect from Nebraska?
I expect that it's just going to be a poor running game for the Cornhuskers. Adrian Martinez was the #1 rusher last game, rushing for over 360 yards. It's not a good look for him when your running backs are not showing out and the QB has to be the lead rusher. Against Illinois, he was sacked 5 times. So imagine what it's going to be like going against OU's D-line and having nobody else to rush, nobody else to run the ball. Adrian is going to be shut down, and Cornhuskers running backs are also going to be shut down. There's going to be no yards gained.
Very fair. You know, it's the 50th anniversary of the game of the century. This is not going to be another game of the century. You know, yeah, good QB play, but the O-line cannot give them enough time to think. The OU defense is going to eat them up.
Yeah, like you said, the offensive line for Nebraska is just weak. It's a very young line, 3 freshmen, 1 sophomore, 1 junior, so they still have a lot to work on. Maybe in the future they'll be better, but like Shannon said, sacked 5 times against Illinois, 6 times this season. It's just not looking pretty for the offensive line.
No, they haven't had a good test. This will be it'll be a good test for the Sooners. It's not going to be a great game for the Cornhuskers. Unfortunately, not a very good matchup this year. Want it to be a great rivalry. Don't think it's going to be. Let's hop into some score predictions.
My final score prediction is 52-27 OU. I think that the Cornhuskers are going to be able to put up big points for them. At least they can fly to the ball and really put some pressure on the OU offense, but ultimately OU is going to be able to come out with the win because they have a stronger caliber offense.
Very fair. I'm going to have to go 42-14 OU. The OU offense is getting into form. The OU defense is going to get into form. This is a fantastic test for the Sooners before they enter conference play. OU's favored by 22 points. I don't think they're going to hang half 100 on them, but it's not going to be a close game.
Yeah, I'm going to go with a similar pick. I'm going to go 44-17. It's going to be a stronger game defensively, so score is going to be a little bit lower. Nebraska's defense is their strongest asset, so that's where they're going to really challenge the Sooners on offense. I think the Sooners will be fine enough, and the defense for OU will really shut out Nebraska's offense. So 44-17.
Okay. Well, OU Nebraska kicks off at 11 a.m. Make sure to watch us, Game Day U, tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. on OU TV. That's all we have for y'all. Back to the studio.
And Sooner Sports is busy this weekend.
Today, men's tennis is going down to Frisco for the Lakes Invite. The women's team will be joining the men tomorrow in the Milwaukee Tennis Classic.
Sooner Soccer is heading over to Texas on Sunday to play SMU. The ladies will be closing non-conference play with this Mustang matchup. Friday night lights are going to be really bright in Norman tonight. Norman High will take on the undefeated Mustang Broncos. Losing their first 2 games of the season, the Tigers are off to a slow start, looking to catch a dub. I doubt the Broncos will go down without a fight. Kickoff is at 7 p.m.
Meanwhile, Norman North is heading up to my town to take on the Yukon Millers. The Timberwolves are 2-0 so far this season, hungry for another victory. But the Millers haven't quite been on the same page and are hoping to get their first win of the season. Both teams will battle it out at 7. Still to come on Big Friday Sports, Coach Riley reflects on how this classic OU-Nebraska rivalry is so special to him. And Thursday Night Football surpassed everyone's expectations. Stick around because we have even more Big Friday Sports right around the corner.
I am more than just a student. I am a voice to be heard. Words are a powerful tool. With them, we make people laugh, think, and see the world from a different perspective. But words are ineffective without amplification. We ask the question, why should someone listen to us? With any topic, you need to find an effective way to present it. Something creative, something entertaining. Pair that with technology, and our words can impact the world.
I am more than just a student. I set the rhythm for my own success. At a young age, I knew what I wanted to do. Coming to college provided me opportunities to grow a business. Here, I can combine creativity, advertising, networking, all to reach my audience through sound. I am passionate about creating the soundtrack for the next generation.
I'm more than just a student. I'm a mirror up to society. Often people will watch a difficult story and then just turn away. I want others to see what people are going through, to understand the issues, and hopefully relate. Here we've been given the foundation and knowledge. Now it's up to us to build upon it, to find and tell the stories that interest us. Digital media provides the freedom to cultivate those compelling stories. We can take an audience places, meet people, and shine a light on their lives. And once we're there, pose a question that demands an answer.
I am more than just a student. I am a reporter of truth and a combatter of ignorance. The Founding Fathers set the precedents for us to follow. As a journalist, I have 2 jobs: keeping an eye on the systems we have in place and making sure that voices in the community are heard. As an editor, I want to inspire my staff to create great stories and to do the best journalism possible.
Lots of activity on campus this afternoon as folks are already heading into town for the big game. I know more and more people will continue to come into town as we have this major matchup on tap for tomorrow. Kickoff tomorrow, 11 a.m. Plenty of sunshine, temperatures in the 80s, climbing into the 90s by the end of game time. Be sure to drink lots of water and find shade when possible. It's going to be a hot one, ladies.
Thanks, Megan. I hope the seniors match the weather and come out hot. The rivalry with the Cornhuskers is so deep, it runs all the way back to the 1971 game of the century.
Here are some highlights from that 1971 game, and wow, am I so thankful for how far we've progressed.
No kidding. Look at that quality in those wide goal posts.
And this still hits home for Coach Lincoln Riley, who shared his memory of the famous game.
Perfect. Those from afar you looked at said, man, it'd be cool to be a part of that one day. So little did I know, here we go. So that's cool. We've gotten to play in some great venues over the years, and obviously historic games, some of them that we get to play each and every year, meaningful games, all that. But this one will be right up there.
Now looking at some big games across the nation, #1 Alabama travels to the Swamp for an afternoon matchup with Florida.
This is going to be a huge challenge for the Gators as their head coach Dan Mullen is 0-10 against Nick Saban. The 11th ranked Gators hope to upset the defending champions at 2:30 tomorrow.
Auburn will run into a whiteout versus Penn State for the first time in 90 years. The Tigers are currently ranked 22 overall. Meanwhile, the Nittany Lions are sitting at number 10.
Both teams are undefeated and neither is looking to change that. The rare showdown at Beaver Stadium will kick off at 6:30 p.m. The Washington versus Giants game yesterday was way better than expected, leaving everyone on their feet until the very last second. Washington fought their way to a 30-29 victory over the Giants thanks to Dustin Hopkins getting a second chance at redemption due to the Giants' defensive tackle Dexter Lawrence committing an offside penalty, and Hopkins made the most of his second chance.
LA Angels star Ohtani has been scratched from the lineup tonight against the A's. Ohtani might not pitch for the rest of the season due to soreness in his right arm that will be monitored by coaches. But Angels fans, don't worry because Ohtani will still be the designated hitter, and with just 2.5 weeks left in the regular season and chances of playoffs looking slim, he's expected to power through.
That's all we have for you guys. Thank you for joining us here for OU Nightly and Big Friday Sports.
Be sure to watch Game Day U tomorrow morning for a full preview for OU's game against Nebraska. I'm Maddie Crawford.
And I'm Amaya Ward. See you next week and have a great evening.
Stack tight ends right into the line. Play action, quick slant pass, caught, touchdown! Jaden Hazelwood on the slant. 56-yarder. This would tie his career long. Snap back, hold down, kick is away. Plenty of distance, and it is good! Up against the red zone, quick pass, Gray wide open to the 10 to the 5. He'll walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Eric Gray.